Hi everybody, I'm Charlotte and I run Charlotte Elizabeth Photography, and today I just want to talk to you a little bit about who I am and what it is that I do. So as I say, I'm Charlotte and I've been a wedding photographer for 6 years now. In that time I've kind of honed my style to be natural and a documentary style. What that means, I know it's a little bit of jargon, but what that means is that while we do focus a little bit on your posed pictures, the main bulk of your images are going to be you and your guest doing what you do, having a good time, and showing real natural emotions. That's not to say that we don't get any of your posed pictures at all. I do understand that most of your images that you're kind of going to want to write down and make a list of are things like the couple together with your parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, all that kind of thing as well. All right. So what I wanted to do is just show you one of my wedding albums. Last time I did a live wedding fair, I showed you this lovely one, which is a 10 by 10 combination album with lots and lots of different couples in there. Today, what I wanted to do is show you a bigger album. So this is a 12 by 12 real wedding. So it's the same couple, start to finish. The reason that I want to show you this one is just to kind of give you a feel of the kind of images that you're going to get throughout your whole day. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is a huge album, so I'm probably not going to show you every picture in it, but we will get through quite a lot of it. I think it's going to take about half an hour to go through the whole thing, and I've not got that long. So we'll start off with getting ready pictures. Let me move back a little bit. It's huge, this one. So 12 by 12 albums are obviously 24 inches across the top, so you can kind of get a feel of how big it is. On any wedding day, we start with your getting ready pictures. So this is usually 2 to 3 hours before your wedding ceremony starts, depending on the journey between where you're getting ready from and where you're getting married. So we'll capture all the little details like your flowers arriving, we've got mum smelling flowers there, all the details in your dress, and things like your shoes and bag, and things that when they're actually worn are a little bit more difficult to get the proper details of. And your bag, obviously, when it's got things in it, can sometimes lose a little bit of shape. All your bridesmaids helping you. And these are some of my favourite images. So let me bring this a little bit closer. Dad walking into the room just after you're completely ready. The emotion in that is amazing. Then we come to the wedding ceremony. So this wedding took place at Wentworth Church, and they went across to the Rockingham Arms afterwards. When it comes to church ceremonies, what I like to do is come to your wedding rehearsal. There are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, if I've not photographed at your church before, there might be some lighting issues and things that I just need to work out. But the main reason is, if your vicar likes people to stand in a certain place, I need to know where that is. It just saves a little bit of time on the wedding day, and if there's any pictures that you guys particularly want, we can all three of us then speak to each other and make sure that you're getting what it is that you need, even if that means having a little bit of time to go back into the church afterwards and capture the pictures that you actually wanted, if there's any in particular. So obviously we get your wedding ceremony, signing of the register, and then we get you coming out. So walking out of your ceremony room, whether that's church or a registry office. If we're doing confetti, we'll throw that all over the place and then go straight into your group pictures as well. The reason that we do group pictures at this point rather than later on in the day is everyone's together. So if anyone needs a drink, if any kids want to go and have a run round, if someone needs the loo, anything like that, they haven't got time. They're all there. It'll take us no more than 5 minutes to get your huge group pictures done and your confetti, and then everyone can go and do whatever it is that they need to do before we get into your other group photographs. It just seems to be the most logical, quickest way to get everything done, and then everyone can enjoy the day, which is really what you're there for. You're there for the wedding day, to enjoy yourselves, and not to spend time with the photographer. From there, we go on to your couples pictures. So in every package you get a pre-wedding shoot. That's where we'll go through some of the things, some of the tips that you're going to need for your couple's photographs. I do like to stand a little bit further away at this point and just give you guys a few minutes to kind of go, oh my goodness, we are married. The rest of the day is going to be so busy and so full of people that you're not really going to have a chance to have that oofed moment. So this is it. And from there, we go on to the details of your venue. So we'll get all your chair covers, all your wedding favours, table settings, all that sort of thing before everybody gets into the room and starts using it, really. And then here we went for speeches. I love photographing speeches. They're some of the emotions in them, they're fantastic. No matter whether you get a kind of sentimental speech or whether someone's revealing secrets that you might not want everyone to know, that's usually the best men. Although some dads last year gave some quite spectacular things away about their daughters, which was brilliant. And then we've got your venue pictures, if that's something that you're interested in. This couple particularly wanted these pictures outside the reception venue, so we made sure we got those. And then some more just of the friends chatting, doing their thing. All these people have travelled from all across the UK and some of them even from abroad to be there, so it was really important to these guys that we got pictures just of friends as well. Which leads me on to these two. I'm going to bring this a little bit close too. So these two pictures are some of my favourites. The bridesmaids wanted to pick up the bride, so they went for it, grabbed her, picked her up, it was great. Now this happens quite a lot at weddings, people wanting to pick up the bride. What doesn't usually happen is that the groomsmen then go, well, if the girls are doing it, I want to do it as well, and went for it as well, which was absolutely brilliant. So I absolutely knew that the girls were going to pick up the bride because they'd already had that conversation with me, but the men to come up behind them then and go for it as well, that was fantastic. And these guys also had a fire picture in their evening, which again was brilliant. It was that summer, it ended the summer even, after it had just been so dry. So the ground was absolutely just dust, really. So the kids were running around with no shoes on, everyone's feet were disgusting, and it was the best evening. These guys actually, because it was such a lovely evening, didn't really go inside to dance or anything, so the DJ was playing music just inside. Everyone was enjoying the beer garden, and it was brilliant. So there we go. That is kind of a sample of one of my larger albums. So what I'm going to do now is just run through a couple of the packages that I do. I work through two main packages. That's kind of where my base is. In both those packages, you get your time photography, whether it's a full day or a half day. You get a pre-wedding shoot, a private online gallery, and a USB of all your edited images. So that's your edited images from your pre-wedding and your wedding day as well. When you've got a USB, you can do whatever it is that you want with those pictures. So if you want to print them, if you want to make collages, if you want to put them all over your social media, whatever it is, that is absolutely fine. You can do whatever. Similarly, if you want any prints or anything like that, I can source those for you. But if you want to go elsewhere, that's not a problem. Wedding albums are added onto those packages and they start at £200 and you can have them in any shape or size. I tend to go for the square albums, but there is an option for both portrait and landscape as well. Packages start at £995, and I've got a couple of offers for you guys today. So the first one that I want to tell you about is one that I usually do at wedding fairs. I know everything's a little bit different now, so I'm still going to run it, and that offer is anyone that gets in touch gets 10% off that overall wedding package, whatever that is. Because we're all virtual, I'm going to run that until 5 o'clock on Friday, so you've got just 5 days to get in touch with me and I'll honour that offer for you. The other one that I've got running, which I've had running for a little while, is 30% off all my packages and prices for key workers and NHS workers. If there is any questions about that, just let me know. I can't tell you when that one's going to end. It's going to end the week after lockdown finishes. So I don't know when that's going to be. I will let you all know the week previous so that you kind of got a week to kind of redeem that. The next thing that I wanted to do is just go through a couple of questions that I've had on my social media over the past week or so. So let's have a little look at what we've got here. So the first question that people have asked me is when to book. Okay, that's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, I think, for any wedding supplier. I would say as soon as you know that you want somebody, get in touch with them and see if you're going to be a match for each other. Regardless of whether that's photography, videography, catering, venues even. A lot of people can only do one wedding a day, myself included. So if you're getting married any date in 2024 currently, I have no current bookings for 2024, but 21, 22 and 23, I do have people booked in. If they are booked in on your wedding day, I can't do your wedding day. Okay, I feel like that always sounds a little bit serious, but it's the truth. But to stop yourself having to look for suppliers that you're kind of not really that bothered about, or your second choices, then get in touch with your first choice as soon as you know your date. Second of all, how do we secure the date? I should have probably said this a bit earlier, shouldn't I? So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. Currently, I'm doing all my consultations through video chat. What that means is we can't see each other in person, but we can still go through some albums, have a chat, talk about what it is that you want from your wedding photography, because really that's what's important, what it is that you want from your day, not what I'm going to just give you. To book a chat, all you need to do is get in touch with me. There's my website, which is charlotteelizabethphotography.com, or you can get in touch with me through any of my social media channels. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can get in touch with me on any of those. There are links to those from my website, and hopefully my website's going to be in the comments somewhere, but if not, I will pop it in when I'm done here. Second biggest question even, is when do you leave? So depending on your package, if you're doing a half-day package, it'll be whenever we've agreed. For your full-day package, I tend to leave when your evening buffet comes out. So it's usually a little bit after your first dance. Your people have kind of got up on the dance floor, they've probably had a couple of drinks, so they're not quite as conscious about their dance moves, and we get some fantastic pictures at that point. I never like to leave straight after the first dance because I think your evening's only really just getting started at that point. Generally, it's between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Okay, questions just popped up. How far do you travel for photos? So I photograph in Yorkshire mainly, but I also cover the whole of the UK. Depending on where your wedding is, there may be some travel costs depending on whether I need to stay over. Obviously, if I'm doing a 12-hour wedding package, we might need to talk about that. Wherever you're getting married, if you do want to get in touch, let me know your plans, and if there are travel costs involved, I will talk to you about those. I try and make it as cheap as possible because I don't want to make money from travel, basically. I just don't want to lose it. Next question then is, how many pictures do we get? Generally, you get somewhere between 400 pictures and 1,000, depending on what package you choose again. This also depends on what it is that your guests do. If you've got a lot of guests that are up, dancing, moving around, doing different things, if you've got different entertainments happening, so if you've got bouncy castles and magicians and all that sort of thing, you're more likely to get a few more pictures than if you've not got any of that stuff. That's not necessarily set in stone. So if you've got children running around and people doing different things, you will get all your pictures. Basically, I deliver every picture that is deliverable to you. So if I think it's if it's good, if it's not out of focus, if people's eyes are all open, which is a huge one in a lot of pictures, then it is going to come to you, which is why occasionally you can get quite a lot of images from your day. Okay, I think I've got time for one more question before it's my time to end. Um, what is a pre-wedding session? Okay, a pre-wedding session is a mini photo shoot a couple of months before your wedding. We can either go to your wedding venue or somewhere else, somewhere that means something to you as a couple, or just your back garden. And really what it is a run through of some of the poses that we're going to do on your day. It just helps to get you guys used to being in front of the camera with me behind it, and so that you know when I'm saying we're going to do the picture where you put your hand on his chest, you know exactly what I'm talking about at that point. And we save so much time on your wedding day, because ultimately you don't want to be with me, you want to be with your family and friends that are there to enjoy your day. And I think that that's probably all we've got time for. So if you want to get in touch with me, like I say, you've got all my contact details there. You can get in touch by my website, email, there's contact forms on my website, or there's all my social media sites as well. If you want to get in touch with me today, I am going to be here for the rest of the day, so that's absolutely fine. I'll get back to you straight away. And during the week, I'm pretty quick at getting back to everyone as well. I've not got much going on at the moment. Shockingly, we've not got many weddings going on right now. Particularly 2021 dates, if you are considering booking anyone, I would strongly advise to do that as soon as you possibly can, because people are getting booked up. We've got quite a lot of rearranged weddings from this year going on to next year, and all people that had already planned. So if you are planning on getting married next year, I would strongly advise booking things as soon as you possibly can.